I was a child that grew up with parents that were incredibly loving, but unfortunately struggled with addiction. And I would hide sometimes when things were going on that I didn't want to be around. So from a very young age, I had to fight for stability. I just knew it didn't have to be that way. One of the things that I knew that I always wanted to do was to be a nurse. So sure enough, I ended up getting accepted to nursing school at Azusa Pacific. Nursing was a good fit for me because of the desire to care for people, but finding what my role would be as a nurse took some time. In about 2010, I would say there was a shift. I became unsettled in nursing. That's all I can say. I was a labor and delivery nurse at that point. I would support, and I was frustrated that I was unsettled. I was an experienced nurse, and I just knew that I don't want to start something new. And then in 2012, I took a position for the county of San Bernardino, and it was in that position where they placed me in something called the SART program, where we support children 0 to 5 navigating trauma, that I remember the very first day that I walked in there and they showed me the work I was going to be doing, that something in me was like, okay, that was my purpose. I saw these kids different than everybody else did. I had a knowing and an understanding of how to care for them, how to advocate for them. And then in doing that, I realized there was a huge disconnect in how we as a community loved and supported them. So for instance, I'll give a perfect example of this particular case. They lived in LA County and were removed from LA County. They then were placed in a home in San Bernardino County. At one point, they had Medi-Cal in Riverside County. Who wants to take responsibility for the support and services they need? Nobody. What I found over and over again is if I wanted to do something simple, like get the family the diapers they need, the red tape and the hurdles I had to climb were incredible. These kids need basic services. We need to help the acute trauma so they can get onto the business of healing. And so I just said, I'm so frustrated. There's nothing out there. And so that was the turning point. It was over and over being frustrated with red tape that told us we couldn't serve children. So literally in April of 2018, Warrior for Children was born. We just started serving kids the way that they were supposed to be served. We just gave them the diapers. The reason why I choose to get up every day and serve at Warrior for Children is because, one, we can meet immediate needs with tangible resources quickly. The other thing we can do is we can make sure that those that are caring for children navigating trauma know what to do. And then lastly, I know I get to get an opportunity to help kids move on from their trauma in a complete way. There's a little girl that I see in my head every day, literally, when I come to work. She was 5, and her story was so horrendous. She had been removed from a camping trailer on a piece of deserted property. She had not been fed properly, and they had been cooking methamphetamines in the trailer. And visually, at first look, when you look at her, you realize, oh my gosh, what did someone do to this baby? But the thing that was remarkable about her is that when she looked up at you with her eyes, you saw hope. She still trusted. She still wanted to be part of a world and around adults that were kind. That's what we do every day at Warrior for Children. We fill the need, we educate the caregivers, and we show up in a way to get them back out in the world feeling like they are safe.